Okay, this is David from LithgowLights. We're going to take you for a little walkthrough of the 2018 display. A few new items this year. The moving headlights, yes, they weren't new this year specifically, but they are actually used this year. Our little snowflakes, there's 3 on that side, and we duck over to this side, 3 more here. 3D printed with PLA being the top and bottom and PETG being the middle one, just as a trial to see how things work. We have our new little Falcon sitting down the bottom there as well. Love the Falcon controllers. That's an F16 V3, but it's barely being used. We have our little bubble machine here with some spare bubble mix and snow machine yet to go out over there. This year we also replaced our arches. 6 large arches, each with 42 pixels, have been replaced with 12 smaller arches, each with 50 pixels. They use cedar tube material, as you can see, and they actually stand off the ground. The reason they stand off the ground, you can see in the background there, that hedge all the way around the property. Because of that hedge, anyone sitting in a car out the front, or on a motorbike, as my neighbour is at the moment, could not see the bottom of the arch. So you literally could only see the top maybe half to 2/3 when they were sitting on the ground. So raising them up that little bit allows you to see most of them. On the front windows here we also have some new items, the Boscoyo spinners, sourced from our Boscoyo distributor. They work really well. There's 85 nodes in each one, and that's 2 universes just across the front there. People that have been to the display before will recognise the 12-pointed 3D printed stars. There is 5 in each of the 3 trees across the front here, and a further 9 in the blue spruce over there. Each one of those contains 12 pixels, and yeah, they're fairly effective. Security is always an issue here, so we have a total of 9 cameras in the front yard. You can see one that's pretty obvious there. There's a few others scattered around. They all run 24 hours a day, they all record 24 hours a day. Another item that we changed up this year is the large tint poles. They were actually located over between each of the arches here, but this year we decided to move the 3 larger ones to the actual trees. So there's one at the base of each of the 3 trees. And at the base of the trees you can also, if I tilt down a little bit, you can also see our floodlights. Each of the trees is uplit by 3 or 4 floodlights, and over there we have some wall washing floodlights that illuminate part of the house. Also new this year are our candy canes. There are a total of 10 candy canes, roughly based on the Boscoyo design, 99 pixels in each, but mine are just slightly modified to the size that I wanted. They're only made out of 2 sheets of 5mm Coro glued together. This year on the north side is our first time we've actually added singing faces that can be seen from the paddock behind me. The 3 Boscoyo singing faces here are an absolute hit. You can see them right down to the end of the street because there is literally nothing behind me, I'll show you, to actually hinder your view from the end of the street. Sitting below the singing faces is my old Pixel Matrix, 2080 5-volt LEDs in a matrix that's basically used as a tune to sign, to announce the songs, as well as for some effects. And here we have the north side snowflakes. There are a total of 96 LEDs in each snowflake, and yeah, they're a big hit. They're well used. They're actually 3D printed out of PLA, and they've survived. This is their 2nd season. They've survived really well. Here are the toadstools. There's a total of about 12 pixels in each one. They have actually been well received. They're actually fiberglassed with some tint tube below, and yeah, they work really well. Okay, here we have the South Pole. Up the top in the ball there are 60 LEDs. Just a standard white pole with some red tape just to make it look a little bit fancier at night. Beagle bone black in there with 2 P10 panels on each side, double-sided. Used only as a Tune 2 sign, nothing else. Here we have the white mini trees. Each one contains about 76 pixels, I think, from memory. These are the second round of mini trees, the white mini trees. The other ones lasted about 4 years. I'm hoping these will last maybe one more season. This is their second season. These ones probably won't last quite as long as the old ones. The blue spruce, again, contains some 12-pointed stars and some LEDs. In previous years, we have actually had round pixel balls in the trees, but this year I decided to go to standard pixels with covers. Some of them have got covers, some don't. I'm still determining whether I like the covers or not. But basically there is 450 pixels in this tree, and the 3 trees across the front there have 200 pixels in each. I think the 2 outer ones probably need another 150 to 200 pixels in each of those trees to fill it up a little bit. You'll see some shots from night later, and yeah, it does actually need a little bit more substance in the lights. This year I used some of my old pixel modules for garden lights. I just modified some $2 Bunnings lights, and they contain a pixel module in each one. And then up here we actually have the street number as well that contains a further 6 or 7 pixels. They are actually sequenced to the music as well, much to the disgust of my wife. Across the front here you can see the 4 singing faces. I only had one of those before, with old metal singing faces being put up on the roof. Thanks to Binny, who gave me one of those small bulbs. I do call the one on the far right Binny's bulb. He gave me the first one. I fell in love with those particular style. Now I have 7 of them in the display. And sitting up towards the top, if I can zoom up, that is the large P10 matrix, rebuilt for this year. It contains a 5x5 matrix with vents, with a beagle bone and fuse block included. Last year it was actually damaged by heat. This year I am hoping that the power being left on to the fan system, supplied from another controller, will be enough to actually stop it from overheating. And that's the master control box. Yes, there is a mess of cables down the bottom there, and no, you can't see a damn thing at night. So that's all that matters, in my opinion, is what the show looks like of a daytime. What the show looks like of a daytime, I don't care, provided it looks great at night.